What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 3 of NHL 22 Pittsburgh Penguins Franchise Mode Series. If you guys missed the last one, quick spoiler warning as we actually won the Stanley Cup. Only took 2 seasons. I was definitely worried after the first year we didn't even make the playoffs, but bounced back the best way you can, winning the Cup. Not only that, but we actually got Nathan MacKinnon in free agency. So really just a great year all around. Again, guys, thanks so much for the support on the series so far. If you're enjoying it, leave that thumbs up. So I'm going to show you guys the lines here to start this season. Very excited to see if we can repeat, just like the Penguins did in 16 and 17. So our first line here is Kessel, Crosby, MacKinnon getting a +5. Such a nasty first line. Kapanen, Malkin, Radulov on the second get a +2. You then have Smith, Comfort, Milano on the third line. Kukanen, Foligno, and Byron on the fourth. So I feel like we have solid depth, obviously led by some great superstars there. Kessel, Crosby, MacKinnon, Malkin. I feel like there's really no holes in this forward group. Now defensively, a really good top pair in Brodin and Letang. Second pair there is Suter, Dumoulin. Bottom pair is Joseph and Salo. Goaltending wise, Fleury's our starter. If you guys missed it, we brought him back. And DiPietro backed him up as an 84. Pretty solid backup, which helps out since Fleury's rating went down. Even though he had a good season, he's 38 years old, so it makes sense. Now special teams here, first 4-man power play gets a +5. Same with the first power play unit, which is just absolutely stacked. I don't know how anyone's going to match up with that. Second unit there is alright. The PK here, +2 and a +1. 3-man there, 2 zeros. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure every single forward is getting some special team time, which is nice to see. Defensively, I don't think it's the same for the bottom pair, but the top 4 definitely all getting special team time. Now in terms of the AHL here, guys, they're stacked as well. They also, too, just won the Calder Cup. I forgot to mention that. We won the Stanley Cup and the Calder Cup. So Samuel Poole in there, Anderson, Whitmore, just 380s on the first line. You got 2 on the second there, and Ruzicka and Gachev. I mean, tons of 79s. Defensively there, 2 80s. Johansson, Muka Moldin get a +2. Another 80 in Carlson. Lindstein was who we took in the 2023 draft, 8th overall. Had to trade up, obviously, to get him, but I think it'll be well worth it. And even looking at our goalies here, Luke Dawson's an 80 overall starter. Blomqvist there backing him up, 74 isn't bad either. So like I mentioned, guys, our AHL team won the Calder Cup last year. Totally forgot to show that. So hopefully both teams can repeat. That'd be pretty amazing. Also, too, guys, in the last video in the comment section, I asked you to tell me who should wear number 29 this year. Should it be MacKinnon, who we just signed, or Fleury? And I think pretty much everyone said Fleury. So I got MacKinnon wearing 22, which is the number he wore for Halifax and juniors. And then, of course, Fleury there keeping 29. Letang, Malkin, of course, wearing A's. Crosby the C. So see what our team's ratings are starting this season, guys. Again, hoping for big things from them currently. Crosby there, scoring leader in the preseason, 6 points in 6 games. So we've got 97 offense, 89 defense, 88 goaltending. Right there you have MacKinnon as a Pittsburgh Penguin, rocking the 22. Looks pretty sick. So we'll start the sim here, guys, and see what happens. And this might be the fastest coach firing I've ever seen, guys. The Ottawa Senators, 6 games into the year, said they're done with their coach. I think they didn't do too well last year, and they currently don't have a win, 0-8-1. That's tough. And we just got off here, guys, from the Hurricanes. Jake Gardiner, Alex Galchenyuk for DiPietro in the 7th. I feel like probably not worth doing. Yeah, Gardner's only an 81 there. Galchenyuk is 79. Definitely not worth it when DiPietro's an 84. And we're nothing in December here, guys, with a really good record. 25-8-2. Teams playing much better to start this year than they did last season. Wow, Radulov, I didn't expect that. Having an amazing start to this season with 49-35. We had 52 points there, first in the division. Capitals, though, right on our tail with 50. And we're currently first in NHL, tied with the Lightning. So I'll see if we can keep this up heading towards the trade deadline. And just going off here, guys, from the Flames. Tanev and Nunavera for a 2nd and a 3rd. 34-12 right now. Tanev is an 83. So he kind of helps with the bottom pair. Not really the second pair, though. Nunavera and slight upgrade on the bottom pair. I feel like for the 2nd and 3rd, I'd rather package them for, say, like an 84 D-man. They're getting those 2. Now, this looks like a pretty decent offer, guys. TJ Brodie and a 4th from the Leafs for our 2nd. And Simono, I know I'm not saying that right. Brodie is an 84, which was exactly what we were looking for. Doesn't even cost us a 3rd. 24 minutes of ice time. Pretty decent offensive stats. Maybe get him involved in the 2nd power play. I feel like, though, I'm going to keep Brodie in mind, and I definitely might do this at the deadline, but there's really no reason to kind of lock into that trade when there could be something better available from a different team. Kind of same goes here for Manson Ruda. We definitely can improve our defense, obviously, which is like the 2 80s on the bottom pair. That's not good. 2 losses before the deadline, but still 82 points at the deadline. You're pretty happy with that. 38-18-6. The Capitals, though, are above us with 84. Avalanche are doing insane, 91. Lightning, 94. So the teams that are currently really good in the NHL are still doing quite well here 3 years in. MacKinnon, though, 78 points, 62 games. I just realized, even without MacKinnon, the Avalanche are still insane. That's impressive. So We'll get to the deadline here. Again, I think forward group, we're fine. Definitely a buyer. And I think all we can really improve here is our defense. So we'll see who's available. Austin Matthews, 1 year left at 11.5. You got to think at least try and re-sign him. He's 95 overall now. Morgan Reilly there, 7-year deal. They have him on the block. Lafreniere never agreed to a contract in New York. That's so stupid when that happens. Like, really a player should just take almost anything when it's like the last day, as long as it's, you know, I'd say 50% of their asking price on the last day. That should be good enough. Spurgeon there. Interesting that Columbus has him on the block now after getting him. JT Miller, big contract, 8 years, $9 million. Gurianov, Drysdale, just like Lafreniere, didn't come to a contract agreement. See, that's so stupid. Horvat, Dvorak, Gallagher. Really no way to fix that either, right? Like, you could make the roster perfect, but computer GMs just don't know how to, like, manage a roster, get guys signed, like, prioritize the superstars over the depth players. Nothing you can do. I wonder, like, Drysdale, it doesn't really have that much value considering he's 86 overall. This would definitely be a trade for next year, obviously, because he's not under contract. I'm just wondering kind of what value is that? Is like our first round pick. Our first round pick is not enough, but we could do 2 firsts, and I don't think, I mean, if we're a playoff team this year, then unless next year's first is like a top 5, these 2 firsts are going to be worse players than Drysdale is. This could be a great trade for us. I don't know why the Ducks would do this necessarily, but I would take advantage of their stupidity, we'll call it. Trade rejected. Okay, so they don't do the 2 firsts. I think it might be close, though. Let's see if we can throw in. Definitely not going to do Lindstein. I feel like him and Drysdale could be, you know, our future top pair, potentially. Lucas Johansson here, 26 years old, 80 overall. He's only got 1 year left to grow. They like him. Maybe Ruzicka here, 24, 80. We have a bunch of guys like that. For instance, Poulin. I forgot to mention, too, guys, when I was looking at the lines, Ryan Reeves actually didn't make our AHL team. I thought he might be the enforcer, but we just had too many young players that needed to play. If we do trade someone here, definitely could see him making the lineup. So, I mean, we're really not losing a lot here, and we're getting Drysdale. This is a pretty insane offer if they say yes. Trade is still rejected. We have 2/3. Trying a 3rd round pick. That doesn't work at a 2nd. Wow. The 3rd round pick with 2 firsts and 2 okay prospects. Really nothing crazy. Johansson's barely a prospect now. Gets us Drysdale. So, yeah. That's a absolute steal. And again, I don't know why they didn't just sign him, but we're going to take advantage of that because another team will if we don't. Now, this is an interesting trade offer, guys. Minnesota Wild offering us a 3rd Clefbaum and Blackwell for a 2nd and a 3rd. I just declined it, but I noticed Minnesota, for some reason, trade away Spurgeon, Brodin, and Dumba. Like, they trade away all of their defensemen. They still have some forwards there. I'm wondering, what is Clefbaum's rating? I don't even see him here. 82 overall. He's got a pretty powerful shot, not that accurate. Okay, he's decent, but I was looking at somebody else who I think is better for, like, say, running our 2nd power play, and that's Keith Yandel here on the Sabres. Better shot, better hands. He's older, a bit more salary, but gonna have to retain 50%. Then we just gotta come up with an offer here. It shouldn't really cost us too much. They like Nate Schnarr here. He's basically done growing, 25.79. Do we have any goalies? Could give him Blomqvist. He's got, like, no value. We'll throw in that back up there just cause, basically. 2nd rounder. We're definitely going all in here, kind of trying to win back-to-back. The value's actually on our side a bit. We'll try a 3rd rounder first, see what they say. Wow, 3rd round pick there, Schnarr and Owens. I didn't think that was going to get it done, so I'm pretty happy with that. We get Yandel for this run. We get Drysdale for next year. Draft pick-wise, we got a 4th, 2 6th, and 2 7ths in this draft, but I mean, it's the cost of going for it, I guess. And so the trade deadline is now over here, guys. We'll take a look and see what happened with the other teams. Toronto Maple Leafs there traded Brandon Peary in a 3rd to Jets with 2 other pieces for a 2nd and 3rd prospect. Dallas gets Ryan Suzuki from the Hurricanes. Hurricanes get Paul Stastny. Of course, our trade for Yandel. The Blackhawks got TJ Brody from the Leafs. They did move him. Carolina there gets Noah Hannafin back on the team. Gave up, I'm assuming, Kale, not Cole Lynn, Sutton, and Nystrom. So, like, nothing really for Hannafin there. Zach Dean goes to the Flames. The Blackhawks get 2/3 in Clifton. So, like, the Flames made out good in that one, but they got fleeced in the Hannafin trade. 2nd rounder and Levo for a 2nd rounder and some dude. Nick Merkley to Detroit. Raphael Lavoie of the Predators. Wayne Simmons to the Oilers there. Ryan Getzlaw out of the Devils. Interesting. With Sawgard. Ottawa got back 2/3 and 2 others. Tyler Toffoli there goes to the Devils. Vegas there gets Sam Steele. Kane Korshak to the Ducks. Josh Anderson to Buffalo. Our trade for Jamie Drysdale. Nemesnikov and Athanasiou go to the Blues. Esa Lindell to the Blackhawks. Chris Kreider, the Sharks. That's a big trade there for the Rangers in San Jose. Rangers get back Josh Manson, the bank, and a fourth. Okay, not a terrible return, really. Alex Nylander there goes to Nashville. And they get back 2 second-round picks. It's pretty good value. And Michael Rasmussen was just put on waivers. Interesting. 1 year left at 1.4. 24 years old, 78 overall, medium top 6. Looks like he's on Buffalo. I don't know what trade Detroit made, but I'll definitely, take a chance on him. Start the trade deadline, guys. Giving you an updated look at the team. First line here is actually Radulov, Crosby, McKinnon now, as it still gets a +5. Radulov is our leading scorer there, 27 goals, 41 assists. And putting Gensel on the second line actually gives it a +3. So I'm hoping this just works out better for our top 6, as you got Radulov playing well, getting more ice time. Second line gets a bigger bonus. Plus, they now have a high-rated player on that line with Gensel. Hopefully, we can kind of get Malkin and Kapanen going even more. Bottom 6, the exact same. Now, defensively here, definitely trying something different. We got Dumoulin and Yandel on top pair get a +2, so they're playing like 85-84 respectively. Letang and Brodin get a +5 on the second pair. We then have Suter Salo on the bottom. So, reason for this is Brodin and Letang have a +5, but then Yandel and Dumoulin get a -2, and there's like no way to get rid of the -2. So, this kind of seems like the only way that's going to work. Hopefully, it's still fine for us. Usually a second D pair still plays quite a bit. In terms of special teams, as I mentioned, obviously got Yandel now on both power play 2s. That's kind of why we picked him up. All the PKs are relatively the same. And then quickly here, guys, the AHL. Had to make a few changes here. You can see Reeves 4th line wing now. Rasmussen 2nd line center. Hopefully he'll play well for us. We lost Johansson. I've actually got Reilly Tuft on defense. I could sign someone, but honestly, it's whatever. We somehow actually get decent chemistry there. So we'll try playing him on D just for fun. We got a month and a half to go now to the end of the season. Hopefully the changes work out well for us. As for nothing this season here, guys, the really good record, 52-23-7. Love seeing that. AHL team, I don't think I've actually showed the record yet. 57-22-3. So both teams looking really good. They're going to be in the playoffs. Have a chance here to defend their championship. McKinnon here, 104 points, 82 games. Love seeing that from him in his first year on Pittsburgh. We'll see how everyone else did. Crosby there also put up 104. So talk about a duo. Radulov 89, Gensel 80, Malkin 79, Kapanen 74. Big bounce back year for him. So our entire top 6, 74 plus points is amazing. Letang and Yandel both 50 plus points. Love it. Smith there at 50, Milano 50. Even Comfort 40 as a third line center is pretty solid. Brodin 23, defensive D-man. I'll take that too. Goaltending wise, Fleury 0.91 and 2.83. Pretty good, I'd say. He's down to 84, but he doesn't look too bad. DiPietro's numbers there. Goals against could be a little bit lower, but really can't complain. AHL here, Whitmore 88 points. He's got to have a big summer, I think, and grow. He's playing really well in the AHL. Kuchev, Anderson, Poulin, Phillips, all 60 plus. Gruden here actually almost had 60. He might be up to like a 79-80 next year. Mukham Moldin, 59 points. Mostly assists, surprisingly. Of course, he got that big slap shot. I actually do remember I need to put the slap shot, thunderclap, X Factor on him. Russell in there, not as good. We didn't have as much ice time. So overall, really happy, I think, how this AHL team played. Rasmussen, 11 and 20 is not bad. Dostal here, 0.908, 2.38 with 8 shutouts. He had a very good season. So NHL-wise, we'll see here. McKinnon, Crosby, they finish in the top of the league in scoring. Ovechkin 125 with 75 goals. That's ridiculous. I actually saw, guys, his shoot pass bias, now that we can actually look at it, it's 2 out of 15. So he's basically shoot first every single time. That might be a bit too much, I think. Kane there, 123. Draisaitl 121. DeBrincat always does well. McDavid, Point. McKinnon, Crosby, they're both on the first page. So, I mean, can't complain with that. And Ovechkin, of course, 75 goals. He has been the Maurice Richard there. Defensively, Hedman 86, Makar, Fox. None of our guys made it on the first page, but Letang pretty close there. Simon Edmondson, I noticed on Detroit, he's already at 90. I've never seen him grow that fast, ever. Rookie skaters here, Shane Wright at 76 and 82 for the Islanders. Good to see him playing well there. Still mostly assists opposed to goals. Kent Johnson, McTavish, Bedard there, 52 and 82. Oh, dang, so I just realized Wright got held out of his rookie year, and the Bedard only had 52 on the Flyers. 17 minutes. He's an 88. Surprised he only did that well. You'd expect him to do a little bit better, I think. Kamel there. Brad Lambert on the Kraken. Michkov on the Canucks. Also, I thought, would have been a little bit better than that. And then in terms of goalies here, guys, Vasilevsky, 56 wins. Best save percentage for a starter was Gibson, though, but Vasilevsky tied with him. Has more wins. It's looking like Vasilevsky going to win another Vezina trophy. He also had the lowest goals against of any goalie, not just a starter. So, yeah, it's going to be Vasilevsky. Taking a look at the standings here. So 111 points. We won our division. I forgot to actually point that out. And we finished second in our conference behind the Lightning, third in the entire NHL. I will take that. So 100 plus point teams here. There was 8. Anybody, undeserving? Nope. All 16 teams at the top made the playoffs. Canucks actually finished last there, 65 points. A little surprising, honestly. Goals for, we were third. And goals against here. I know last year we actually had one of the worst goals against. This year we had the third best goals against. Okay, so team is looking a lot better, a lot more balanced. Like I was saying, we'll see here if we can repeat. It would be pretty amazing, especially if the AHL team could do it too. Now, in the first round here, guys, are the Rangers. I actually noticed they had Erik Karlsson on the team. I was looking at defensive scoring, so curious to see what other moves they've made. Martin Frk there, first-line Ducks. Must just be there for that shot. Rangers here, Panarin, Zibanejad, Kakko. We, of course, know Lafreniere not signed. It's a big help for us. LeBanc, Hiddle, Palat. That's right, we traded them Palat. Baranov, Janmark, Brown, Gauthier, Byron, Krasov. Defensively, Miller, Fox, Karlsson, Lindgren, Nemeth, Manson. That's a pretty solid D-core. Shesterkin there, only 86. I'm pretty sure he starts out 87, which means he must have dropped in ratings. So he probably had like a really bad season, I'm guessing. Anyways, guys, we'll get started here with the first round. The first 2 games are at home. And we pick up a win and an OT loss. And they're both close games, both 1-goal games. Next 2 games here in New York. We get a win. See if we can get a 3-1 lead here. And a loss. Okay, so it's 2-2. This could be it one way or the other. Could win these next 2, or it could lose the next 2. And we win 1, lose 1. We get an OT win there. Wow, so this is a very, very close series. I mean, the Rangers team, they looked pretty solid. So let's sim this thing here, period by period. Game 7. Up 1, McKinnon. 2-1, Gensel, Zibanejad for them. 2-2, Panarin. Are you kidding me? We need an OT hero. Wow. Patrick Nemeth, of all people, beats us in overtime. Game 7, round 1. That is just so unlucky. I feel like the only good thing to look forward to is the fact we have Jamie Drysdale join the team next season. Our AHL team is actually playing Hartford here in the second round. They kind of get redemption for us being the Rangers AHL team. Belleville here now in the conference final for the AHL team. And we're up 2-1. Beat them in 5. We actually have the Grand Rapids Griffins here. So would be pretty cool if the AHL team could win back-to-back Calder's, even though the NHL team could win back-to-back Stanleys. 1-1. Next 2 games in Grand Rapids Griffins. We lose both. We have to win the next 3 here. Can we do it? We pick up a win, but then we lose in Game 6. Heartbreaker for the AHL team. But still, I think, overall, pretty good year for both teams. The playoffs are just so luck-based. Like, you're never going to win it every time. I see Edmonton for there is actually the Stanley Cup final. And look at that, guys. The Edmonton Oilers again win the Stanley Cup. I believe they won it in our first season. Grand Rapids Griffins, of course, win the Calder Cup. So we're just simming right now to the retirement page. Montreal picking first overall. 2024, I'm not sure who they'd be getting. Seattle there picking second. McKinnon, you can see, had 8 points in 7 games for us, so he definitely did his part after we signed him. We'll take a look here at the playoff tree. That's not good. So after the Rangers beat us, they got swept by the Capitals. The Panthers, there you can see, beat the Red Wings in 7, Lightning in 7, Capitals in 6 before falling to the Oilers in 6. Oilers beat the Knights in 7, Flames in 6, Coyotes in 5. I'm surprised the Coyotes are already that good already. And now looking at the awards here, guys, I was right. The Edmonton Oilers have won 2 of the last 3 cups. That's pretty insane. Tampa Bay Lightning there, of course, President's Trophy winners. Individual here, Ovechkin, Art Ross. Hart Trophy went to Draisaitl, though, even though Ovi had 75 goals. Hedman gets to James Norris again. Kane, Lady Bing, back-to-back. Shane Wright, Calder. McDavid, Conn Smythe. Who won it the other year? Draisaitl when they won the other cup. Vasilevsky did get the Vezina Trophy. Also got the William Jennings Trophy. Alexiak, Bill Masterton. Arizona coach Jack Adams. I mean, yeah, they're the biggest surprise team I saw in the playoffs. O'Reilly with another Selke Trophy. Draisaitl, Ted Lindsay, and then Ovi, of course, with the Maurice Richard. So AHL team awards here. I thought Griffins won it the first year. It was actually Bakersfield. Our AHL team won the regular season, though, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, just couldn't win that Calder Cup. We came close, though, making it to the final. Individual here, Whitmore, most points in AHL. I didn't realize that. I thought he had a solid year, but I didn't think most points. Sundqvist there, MVP, though, on the Griffins. Come on. Whitmore, though, most goals. Fantilli, outstanding rookie. Mete there, best D-man. Johansson, best goalie. Berggren, MVP of the playoffs. Atu Ratu, sportsmanship. Iorio, community involvement. And Rodriguez there had the lowest goals against. So I actually got to check here. Whitmore, I see he's already up to an 81. He had 88 points. 4 more, I guess, than Atu Ratu. 77 low elites. He'll probably be like a late bloomer. Logan Cooley here at 83 and 82. He's also an 81 for the Kings. I thought about maybe trading for him. Fantilli, 77. So the Coyotes make the playoffs. Fantilli's coming up for them. Ty Ronning there having a good AHL year. Okay, so like I was saying, guys, we'll take a look at the retired page next. I'm thinking maybe Fleury's going to call it quits. I hope he doesn't, but I don't know. Same with, like, you know, Crosby, Malcolm Letang. Any of those guys could retire any moment. So that's a big retirement there on the Jets. Obviously, we chose Foligno over him. You got Parise there. Zdeno Chara retires with Ottawa. That's pretty cool. Louis Eriksson, Kyle Okposo, Neil Ladd, Frolik, Edward Vlasic, Soderberg, Helm, Abdelkader, Chris Russell. Okay, Ryan Reeves retired there on our AHL team. Hopefully we don't see Fleury's name. And we don't. Anderson there with the Coyotes. Still a 78 at 43. That's pretty impressive. Neuwirth Hutton. So Fleury's coming back. He wants one more. And so we'll get to the draft here now, guys. I think I showed you before. We don't have a first, second, or third round pick. So really hoping for some late round steals here. This guy going first overall is a medium elite, and he's a gem. Really helpful there from our scouts. 41's a gem. We'll pin him, but I think our first pick's like in the hundreds. Let's see here. Ooh! Goalie guaranteed medium elite, 51. That's like a late second. I don't think we can get him. Because, I mean, we could maybe if we like somehow moved up. So right here, guys, I'm offering the LA Kings Ryan Suter, Gabe Carlson in a fourth for their second. Carlson's now 27. He's done growing. Doesn't make our top six. Suter's only 81 overall. He's 39 years old now, making 3.6. We got Drysdale. Don't need to be paying him that on the bottom pair. So we'll see what the Kings say. The value's actually on our side. Trades rejected. I feel like it's got to be close, though, looking at the value. Honestly, there's not a lot in this draft. I'll add a 6th and a 7th so we can get that player I like at 50. Trade accepted. Okay, so there we go. We have a 2nd, 6th, and 7th now. I was actually looking at our defense. It's going to be really nice next year. Drysdale probably takes over for Yandel, although Yandel, if we can bring him back at the right price, I'd love to. He actually had over a point per game for us, 22 and 20. Again, it really just depends on the price for him. And now looking at our forwards, guys, we might be screwed as a lot of guys are going to want raises. Gensel's an 89, definitely going to go up from $6 million. Radzo's an 88 now. He is 37, so he might stay the same. Captain's going to want a lot of money. Smith's going to want a lot more than 2.8 now in 86, but we got him for a really good steal. It's fine. We got to find somebody like that to, you know, play well for us. Sangos from Milano, he's going to want to raise. So because of that, I actually might trade Dumoulin here. I'm thinking Brodin, Drysdale, Letang. Muka Muldoon could be in the top 4. It could be Yandel. He was actually up to an 84. He bounced back. Salo, Joseph, bottom pair. Stanley's not terrible. Dumoulin, $4 million for 83 is a lot of money. He is a solid defensive defenseman, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll hold on to him. I'll see kind of how it shakes out. I think I'm going to risk it. Fleury and DiPietro right now are actually both 84s, so might have a tandem next year. So just into our second round pick here, guys. Let's take a quick look at the first. 82 medium elite, 81, 73, 77 there, 77. Wow, Minnesota, Ottawa got pretty lucky. Dallas just botched their pick. So it's just 5 medium elites. The rest is like medium top 6 forwards, medium top 4 defensemen. So Abdelkader here, the guaranteed medium elite goalie. I think we're getting pretty good value here. Dennis Abdelkader, 48 overall, kind of low, but the medium elite goalie in the second round, especially when we don't really have a lot of picks, I'll take that, you know, sure thing. Now next year, I'm wondering if there's any pins left. There aren't. So I'm just going to sort by potential, and hopefully we can get lucky. Maybe I'll take this Vasilyev guy with our 7th rounder. Now this Jermaine Flynn guy, NHL ETA, they're pretty sure 3 years, so he could be decent rated. Take a chance on him. 61, low bottom 6. Not great, but could be worse. And like I was saying, this last pick, we're going to take that Russian dude. 50-50, medium top 6, Vasilyev. Ivan Vasilyev, such a Russian name. 57, medium bottom 6. Alright, so at least we got the goalie there. We kind of knew. We traded away a lot of futures for Drysdale as well as Yandel, trying to make a run at that cup. Really sucks we got bounced in the first round. Alright guys, we're on the resign phase here with a little over $28 million in cap space, but as I pointed out at the draft, we have a lot of guys to resign. Gensel's probably priority number 1, $9.5 million. Not a huge raise. Radulov, 7.8, so he does want a bit of a raise there. Kapanen, 9.8, almost $10 million. He's the one it's tough, because like he had a good first year for us. Second year was just average after we signed him. And then the third year he just bounced back, but that's when he wants to get paid. Riley Smith here wants 6. We were paying him 2. I'd say actually Drysdale is probably priority number 1. 22-year-old future number 1 defenseman. 5.9 for 3 years is such good value. I need him for 7 more years. I think it's worth it to just give him a raise now because I think he'll be up to like a 90, and this could be a great value signing. Let's try 6.5 for 7. He probably says no, but you never know. Milano here, 5.6. Yeah, I was thinking I could have traded Smith or Milano for 7s, but sometimes those guys who kind of grow in rating after being low rated actually don't ask for that much. Goaltending wise, yeah, Fleury, DiPietro locked up. Same with Dostal, Blomqvist. Our goalie situation is actually pretty good with a medium elite on the way. So defensively here, Drysdale we're going to get. What's Yandel want? 6.5. I can't pay him that at 37 years old. I'm hoping, Drysdale will just kind of come in and play well in his spot there. And still, like, that's a really good top 4. Mukamoldin with kind of just whoever else is going to fit best with them on that bottom pair. So yeah, forwards here. I want to get Kessel locked up. He's asking for 9.5. We'll try, like, I mean, it's Crosby's team, right? We'll say we'll give him 50K more than Crosby. See if that makes him say yes. Wow, actually, speaking of Crosby, him and Malkin both need new contracts next year. This is going to be tough. I think Captain's gone. $10 million. I think I could honestly even get a better player than him in free agency, so sucks to see him gone, but what are you going to do? We gave it a run. I think Milano and Smith are probably also gone. Radulov I got to keep because it kind of helps complete that top 6, although Captain's not in it. Radulov, just because of his age, I think I'm going to do like on a yearly basis. He does want to come back. We'll try 1 year at 7. That's still a 500K raise for him. Drysdale doesn't want that long-term deal. Radulov, though, said yes. And Gensel here wants a bit more money. Try 9x6 for Gensel. Drysdale, I guess we'll just do the 3 years he won. He'll take 5.5. 9 plus 5 is 14. That leaves us with $8 million to get Smith and Milano. I don't think it's going to happen. I can't believe how stacked this team was. And we got out in the first round. So yeah, we just got to kind of look for more value signings like Smith and Milano were for us. Kempfer, I think, actually went up in rating by 1, so that's good to see. We do have Whitmore on a rookie deal for the next couple, or actually next 3 years, which is really going to help us out. 81 overall. He could even be, honestly, in our top 6 where Captain was, getting a lot of ice time, playing with Malkin and Gensel. Like, that could really boost his rating. So there is still some hope. Poulin here, I'd like to get back. Oh, wow, what a steal. I'll do 950K for 3 years. Hopefully he gets up to like a low 80. Ristolainen's been like a decent AHL player for us. I'll do that deal. Kachev's also been pretty solid. Why not? He is older, but he's actually got like sick offensive stats. Rasmussen I'd definitely like to keep as well. And there we go. Drysdale did accept his offer. Same with Ristolainen, Rasmussen. Gensel rejected. Wow, I thought, only 500K less. Poulin here. Doesn't want a 2-way deal. Okay. Definitely not going to give Gensel what he's asking for. You got to feel like you won the argument kind of thing. So we'll try 9.25. And Poulin, I'm going to qualify it to make sure we get him, but interest in 2-way contract. It says yes. I mean, I'll make it a 1-way, I guess. Really strange. We'll do still 3 years, though, on that 1-way. We'll try just under $1 million. There you go. Gensel does say yes. Same with Poulin. So I feel like we're obviously losing a lot of depth here, but we kept our superstars. We still have 9.5 million cap space there. We're going to have to be really smart with it. Like I said, I think Whitmore makes sense to go in the top 6. So we have Comfort as our third-line center. We need a couple third-line wingers. Definitely got a lot of guys there to play on the fourth line. Foligno, Poulin, Anderson, whoever. So 2 third-line wingers. Defensively, I think we're good. Yeah, we're actually really, really strong there with Mukamoldin on the bottom pair with whoever. Goaltending-wise, we're good. So we got $10 million basically to get 2 third-line wingers and maybe a superstar if we want to go that route instead. Obviously, we could have signed both Milano and Smith, but like I said, I think this flexibility is better. We can still bring them back probably for a similar price. Now at free agency here, guys, going to see who's available. And Sebastian Aho, 93, asking for more money than 95 overall Matthews, who's franchise potential, whereas Aho's only high elite. Very interesting. So the Leafs did lose him. I should also point out, I think in my latest roster changes, I actually gave Aho high elite, along with like Rantanen, Marner, Kaprizov, I think a couple other guys. Matthew Boldy's there, Tyson Barrie, Perry Kaplan wants $10 million. That's just crazy. Voracek, Marchessault. Again, so we're looking for steals. We're trying to like fill out this roster for the cheapest we can. Kubalik for 6.6 is an 87. That's pretty good. We could maybe put him actually top 6. Whitmore on the third line. Maybe that would be better. Yeah, so I mean 600K more than Smith, but Kubalik looks pretty good there. Dadonov 4.6, 86 overall. It's also pretty good value. Chandler Stevenson here, 85 overall, only wants $4 million. Just a good 2-way player. Could be like the perfect down on our third line. Speaking of steals, Jordan Eberle, 2.2 for an 84. That's why I didn't sign Smith Milano, because he's just as good. I'm definitely going to go after him. He only wants 1 year. 2 years it doesn't change though until he's 36. Let's do 2 years, 2.5. Have him as a third line winger. And oh, and look at this. Alex Wenberg, 1.2. He's 83. Great playmaker. Maybe him, Comfort, and Eberle on our third line. I'll do like 1.3 there. I think that's just such a good value, especially because we know we're going to need a lot of money next year for Crosby Malkin's raises. So we kind of got to be prepared for that. Speaking of value deals, guys, I just saw a couple more. Blake Wheeler here, 83. Power forward, tons of abilities. I think he'd be actually really good on that third line. He wants 2.5 for 2. He's 37. I'd rather do 1 year. I'll give him 2.5. I'll see what he says. Also, to a bit further down here, JVR wants 2 million right on. Look at that shot. It's still so good. He'll definitely help out like the power play. Offer him, I don't know, 2.2. So I'm trying to think. Him and Wheeler, that's 4. Wenberg's 5. Eberle, that's 7. But they're taking over for like $1 million player essentially. So really, it's only like 3 million from our cap. I think we still have about 6 million bucks. Could go after a guy like Stevenson or someone even more expensive. But I think might wait a few days to get a better deal, see who's still available. Goaltending wise, Sorokin here looks to be the highest rated goalie. 86 overall. So I think, yeah, we'll be fine with Fleury and DiPietro. Swayman's actually gone up to low elite. Okay. I think that's actually an improvement on him. Tuukka Rask down to an 82 at 37. So I would say his growth looks to be pretty realistic. Potential wise, let's just see here. Any good two-way goalies. We're pretty set. Allenfelt also grew in potential from medium star to low elite. 23.79. Scott's already an 80 at 25, but we've got Dostal. So yeah, like I was looking more for like a medium elite, really low rated. None of those are available. Two-way skaters here. Kill Thomas, 24.79. He is an RFA, but I guess we'll give him a contract offer. Try and see if we can get him on our AHL team. Now Beckman here, 23.77, low top 6. He looks to be pretty good. He's got a decent shot on him too. I'll definitely make him an offer there. Kajovic here, let's see. Sniper. Shot's not great, neither are the hands. I'm going to let him go, I think. Mason Heppelton, 28.81. Same with Sorella, 27.81. I think worst case, these guys are, you know, good AHL players. Honestly, I don't even think I need Sorella when Appleton's cheaper. He's actually kind of better. He's more of a two-way guy. Could fit the fourth line. So, you give him an offer there. Bode Wild. Don't tell me he's a UFA. 24.77. What are they thinking? I actually just remembered I think we could use a couple AHL D-men. Cale Fleury, 25.79. Make him an offer as well. We'll do 900K there for 2 years. Also, guys, Morgan Geekie, 25 years old, 80 overall. I don't know why he's getting let go. Like, these dudes just help you win a Calder Cup, or if they have really good, you know, chemistry fit, they're on your fourth line. Now, I'm curious, are there any of those, like, crazy 5-star shooters? Elmer Soderblom, 6'8" Red Wings prospect. I mean, he could just do so many things. He's actually got a really good shot. Wow. I know I definitely made his shot more realistic, but he must have scored a bunch of goals or something for it to be that good. Really no hands there, but he's 6'8". He's got that goalie screening. I want him bad because he's just such an interesting player. 6'8" forward. I'll try and get him locked up here for 3 years, almost $1 million. And so I guess if that's the best shot, there's probably nobody. That one's really powerful, but it's not accurate. Alright guys, so I think I made all of the offers I wanted to. Again, we should still have a bit of money. I'm kind of curious how much it'll be to potentially get one more solid forward. Don't think I'm going to be trading away any of our prospects. Blake Wheeler joins the team. Okay, so when he scores a goal, we get a boost. Good playmaker, even though he's a power forward. Adam Beckman accepts the offer. JVR accepts the offer. Bringing in some veterans. Eberle, trying to have one last cup run here with Crosby, Malkin, Letang, Fleury. Wenberg as well. Morgan Geekie, Appleton, Fleury. We're getting everybody. Thomas, as of now, he'll probably get matched, though, by the Kings. Bode Wild there. Soderblom, I think we got, like, some of the best players available. So, I'm curious how much money we have left. We still have 3.8 million, so that's what I was saying. We still have 46 to 50 contracts. We could just kind of go bargain hunting here. Try and get one more solid player to fill out this team. We could add Mike Hoffman. 86 overall sniper, really good shot on him. Chandler Stevenson still here, only asking for 3 million now. I mean, he would be like the perfect third-line center, I think. I feel like between everybody, we probably have somebody that can fill Hoffman's role, even though he is 86. Anthony Duclair here has 7 teams interested. That's kind of crazy. Brett Pesci's got 6. Now, Jacob Brandon here, guys, 84 overall. Solid player, only asking for 2.8. Like I was saying, guys, I think I'm probably going to go after Stevenson here. Hoffman, 86 overall, but His shot, like JVR's, is just as good, probably similar hands. I think Stevenson will help give us a better bottom six. If we can get him for 2 years at like 3.25 or something, good value. Again, all these guys too, if they play well while they're on these good contracts, it'll make them even easier to trade if we need to clear up cap space for the Crosby Rays or the Malkin Rays. JVR there at 13 points, 26 games last year in the playoffs. Flynn, low bottom six, 2/3 and a sixth, we're a third and a fourth. We're just going down in picks. That makes no sense, that offer. Thomas was matched by the Kings. We kind of figured that would happen. And Stevenson says yes. Okay, so our forward group's going to have a lot of depth. Same with our defense, plus we brought in Drysdale. Goalie's definitely a question mark with Fleury and DiPietro tandem, but should be okay. And I'm still just kind of looking here to see like what's available. We got 2.5 million. We can add more forward. It's like, why not? Veranda there, probably not far away from only costing 2.5. And so next year, guys, I'm trying to trade a bunch of AHL players to the Golden Knights for a second. I'll obviously just keep downgrading the pick. I noticed like we signed some guys, we had some guys grow, and we just had honestly just too many players. So Paul Byron dropped in rating to a 77. So not only is he not on the NHL team next year, I don't think he'll be on the AHL. He's 35. He's taking valuable ice time. Tough 6'6", 26. Somebody might want him on their fourth line, but for me, you know, he's done growing. I've got AHL players I'd like to see get the ice time. Kachev's 28. I really shouldn't have signed him. We have other good players who are 80 plus. Rusaline's 26. Phillips is 26. So basically, guys that are, you know, done growing, I'd rather just move on and not have them scratch in the AHL for no reason. We'll see what the Golden Knights say. Second rounder. I kind of figured that was really swinging for the fences. A third rounder, though, could get it done when they want 4 to 5. And it does get it done. Okay, so we get something there from, you know, having a bunch of good depth, essentially. Now, speaking of that, guys, I was actually thinking about making an offer on Verano. We have 2.5 million in cap space, and he currently wants 2.6, but I'm looking at our NHL team, and there's literally, like, nowhere for him. Pretty much, we're just going to, I think, keep the 2.5 million cap space. Hopefully, the signings we made were smart ones, as I do like the fact Verano's 28, where, you know, Everly and JVR are both older, but like I said, I'm going to have to stick pat with the signings we made, and hopefully it works out. Alright, guys, so just finished filling out the lines, and I noticed there's really no spot for Nick Foligno. 36 years old, down to a 79. So I'm basically going to try and send him back home here to the Blue Jackets. If we get a 4th round pick for it, that'd actually be awesome. Plus he's making 1.7, so let's give us a bit more cap space. Trades accepted, that's awesome. So we actually have $6 million in cap space there. I guess $5 million, sorry, I can't do math. Good amount of picks. That just tells me, you know, we have a lot of money to work with at the deadline. Of course, like I mentioned a couple times, we're going to need that money for Crosby Malkin extensions. But I'll show you guys the team here. Very excited. I think it should be a good team. We got Gensel, Crosby, McKinnon on the first line. That's nasty. Somehow Crosby dropped down to an 89 after putting up 104 points, but it's a different issue. We got Wheeler, Malkin, Radulov on the second line. Malkin also dropped in rating a bit. Radulov, though, actually went up. So top 6 again, a +5. Wheeler, even though he's an 81, will play like an 86. So that's pretty awesome. Third line there, JVR, Stevenson, Everly. Fourth line, Poulin, Comfort, Kukkonen. The solid forward group. Defensively here, Brodin, Drysdale's our top pair. We got Letang and Salo in the second, get a +3, so help Letang play a bit better because he actually dropped to an 83. Then we have Dumoulin, Muka, Moldin on the bottom pair. That D is stacked. Goaltending-wise, definitely the biggest question mark. DiPietro currently the starter. Fleury backing him up, only an 82. Now in terms of the AHL, we actually have Luke Dostal here, so the goalies don't look too good. We could call him up. 24 years old, 83 overall right now. Even Blomqvist backing up to 79, that's pretty solid. Now in terms of the offense in the AHL, look at this, guys. I tried to put together like the best AHL line ever. So we got Soderblom, who's 6'8". He can screen any goalie, he's huge. You can see he's got 92 strength there. I feel like his body check and physical should have gone up a bit more, but whatever. Amazing shot on him. Again, huge player. Wenberg in the middle, just didn't have a spot in our bottom 6 in terms of chemistry. 83 overall, really good playmaker, he can shoot. And then Whitmore there also just couldn't make the team. So I think next year for sure he'll make it as a rookie. But you can see there, he does everything. So these 3 guys should just tear up the AHL. Appleton, Geeky, Anderson's a very solid second line. Rolos there with Rasmussen and Gruden on the third. And then you got Svechkovsky here with Niederbach and Desnoyers on the fourth line. Defensively, Joseph, Wild on the top pair, get a +2. Fleury, Stanley second. Prokporkin, Lindstein bottom pair. Obviously Lindstein only a 74, probably a couple years to be making NHL, and hopefully by then he's just going to tear it up. So yeah, AHL and NHL team both look very, very good. Excited to see how these two teams do once we start the 4th season. Now that actually reminds me, guys, I wanted to show you beginning of the year, but Malkin needed, I think, 1 more penalty to set the penalty minutes record. You can see he now has it, 1,084. Crosby has the most games played in seasons. In terms of assists, he's only 20 behind Lemieux. And in terms of points, he's only 98 back. So if he has a big year, he could pass Mayor Lemieux the all-time Penguins point leader. Fleury there, of course, has all the goalie records. Crosby, in terms of goals, is what, 78 back Lemieux. So I think if we hold on to him, he'll beat that record as well, which is pretty insane that Crosby's going to beat Lemieux for all the Pittsburgh Penguins franchise records. Like, that is very, very impressive. So I'll see what our ratings are going to be, guys, for next year. Should be pretty good, I think. McKinnon's still the highest rated player. We got 97 offense, 90 defense, 84 goaltending. I actually see Phil Kessel on the other side. People were saying I should bring Phil Kessel back to Pittsburgh, but as you can see, he's only a 79, and our team's pretty stacked. So unfortunately, there's really just no spot for Phil the Thrill. I like our team, though. I think very good chance to win these guys one more Stanley Cup. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.